I'm Chris, you're watching FRAG-MENTAL. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm talking about Milestone from Armaf. So if you want to find out if it can go the distance, stay tuned to FM. I'm sure you've heard of Armaf, but just in case you haven't, if you're new to fragrances, they are a very popular, very affordable fragrance house based out of the Middle East, but they sell all over the world. And they're probably the most famous for Club de Nuit Intense Man, which smells very similar to Creed's Aventus, obviously very expensive, very popular niche fragrance. They also have Sillage, which I reviewed in a video recently, smells very similar to Creed's Silver Mountain Water. And they also make Creed Nuit, which smells very similar to Creed's Green Irish Tweed. So I think it's fair to say there's a bit of a trend going on here, and the fragrance I'm talking about today, Milestone, certainly continues that trend. And I feel like of all the Armaf releases so far, this one has probably received the most positive attention just from what I've seen online. So I'm excited to dive into this one and talk to you about how I think it smells and how it compares to Creed's Millesime Imperial. So let's start off by taking a look at the bottle and the notes. Notes in this are fruit, sea salt, lemon, bergamot, iris, mandarin orange, musk, woody notes and marine notes. I've always thought Millesime Imperial is quite an interesting fragrance because it's not strictly a citrus freshie, even though there's a freshness to it and it has citruses. It's not an out and out marine aquatic, even though it's got salty accords, and it's also got this creamy, musky quality. So I enjoy it, but it isn't one of my favourite Creed fragrances for the same reasons that Silver Mountain Water isn't. I just don't feel that it's quite as distinctive as some of the other offerings from Creed. I don't think it's got as much character as Aventus or Green Irish Tweed or Royal Oud, Royal Mayfair. I feel like those fragrances know exactly what they're doing and they do them well. For me, Millesime Imperial is a little indistinct, a little wishy-washy for my tastes. I feel like it's not making a bold commitment to the style of fragrance that it is, and it doesn't have to. People enjoy different things, and many people do enjoy Millesime Imperial, but we all resonate with fragrances in different ways. So whilst I enjoy it, it's not one of my favourites, but I can fully appreciate that it is the favourite of some other people out there. George. Anyway, with all that said, Milestone does come very, very close to smelling like Creed's Millesime Imperial. It has a very similar scent profile. Overall, I do have to say I prefer the overall scent profile of Milestone over the Creed. I just find it to be stronger and more distinct, which is something that I enjoy in fragrances. I feel like the fruit is fruitier, the saltiness is saltier, the creaminess is creamier. It's just like all the main components of Millie are just dialed up a notch in Milestone, and I really enjoy it for that. Now, I believe that what I have here, the Millesime Imperial that I've been wearing and testing against this, is the current formulation of Milestone. And I will say that I find this to be a little more rounded, a little smoother, perhaps a bit more nuanced, and I also find that when it dries down this goes a little more powdery than Milestone. I said a similar thing about Armaf's Sillage in relation to Creed's Silver Mountain Water, that it perhaps was stronger but not quite as refined as the Creed. So the same is the case for Milestone, but I feel like even though it's stronger and I get better performance, it remains closer to the refinement of Millesime Imperial than Sillage did to Silver Mountain Water. So I get great performance of this. It lasts longer, it projects more, whereas Millesime Imperial faded to a skin scent on me quite quickly. I'd say after around about an hour, maybe even a bit less than that. I believe this is the current formulation of Millesime Imperial, and people have said that it is just a shadow of what it used to be in its earlier formulations, that it used to be much stronger and I guess maybe more distinctive. So I've not been able to test Milestone against earlier formulations, but what I can tell you is compared to the current formulation, it outperforms it without going very far away at all from the scent profile of the Creed. Let's do some fragment for Milestone. So in terms of performance, pretty good. I'm getting around 2 hours of projection, and then overall longevity is around 6 to 8 hours. So I'm happy with that. It's above average. It's not projecting out far, I don't think, as far as I can tell. It's a fairly minimal projection, but it is projecting, and it is bouncing off me for a couple of hours. So I'm happy with that. It's an all year round fragrance, it's an all occasion fragrance, really versatile in terms of when you can wear it. So that is a good thing about this kind of scent profile, because it isn't so distinctive in terms of it being a freshie or in terms of it being too rich and deep. It has that versatility. In terms of the price, the cheapest I found this in the UK is £31.80 at allbeauty.com. That's free delivery, I believe. Amazon are selling it for around 35. That is Prime, so if you want it fast, that might be the way to go. I'll leave both those links in the description for you. I gotta mention the presentation. This is a big shiny brute of a blocky bottle. It's not pretty, it's not elegant, but you're not spending a lot of money on this, and I think for the price that you pay, you're actually getting a bottle that looks like it should cost a lot more. It's got a good weight to it. You know, it looks like there's some thought gone into the design. Whether you agree with that thought process or not is a different matter, but if you buy into Armaf's kind of weird and crazy presentations, if you allow yourself to embrace it, I actually find myself quite liking these bottles in a kind of guilty pleasure kind of way. Overall, I'm really enjoying Milestone. It's not the type of scent profile that I really love, but it's nice, it's pleasant, and I enjoy it. And I think for that reason, I would personally struggle to spend the money on the Creed, especially as people who know that fragrance really well have told me that the current formulation does differ to the older formulation. So personally, I think I would struggle to justify spending Creed prices. For that reason, I'm happy with Milestone. I mean, I didn't buy this. I do have to be honest, this was sent to me by the brand, which I'm very thankful for. But if I was to buy one of them, I would certainly be more likely to buy Milestone over the Creed. Maybe the Creed formula will change again. Maybe it will become even better, and that will mean that either Armaf has to up its game, or suddenly Creed starts selling more fragrances. Kind of seems in their interest to do that, maybe. So let's see what happens. Look, if you love Creed, if you love that brand, if you're a fan of that brand, then you will see the value in buying Millesime Imperial, and you'll be very happy with it. So if you can afford the Creed and you like the brand, go with the original. But if you're looking for something that is more affordable, less of a financial risk, but smells very, very similar, I think Milestone would be an excellent choice. So that's my take on Milestone. I like it, I think it's a good scent. I think if you enjoy Millesime Imperial, you'll definitely enjoy Milestone. You may enjoy it a little more than the current version of the Creed. Certainly, I think the price is good. I think the value for money, that bottle size is 105 ml, so you're getting a lot of juice for a very low price. And I think that this is why Armaf appeals to a lot of people, is you're getting something that is pretty decent quality and you're getting a lot of it, and you're not paying a lot of money for it at all. So I can see why Armaf is so popular. Certainly the videos that I've made are watched by quite a few people. So I think there's an appetite for Armaf out there. If you're familiar with both Milestone and with Millesime Imperial, do let me know what you think. How do they compare? This is just my opinion. It's just one opinion that I'm throwing into the mix. When you're buying fragrances, ideally you want to be taking opinions from lots of different places and build up your own picture of what you think is going to be a good purchase for you. But if you're familiar with these fragrances, do let me know, and leave it in the comments for other people to read as well. So I look forward to hearing from you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching. As always, remember, keep tuning into FM, keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next one.